Hi, everyone. Welcome to Learning with Lee, where we discuss nature and wildlife on Kiowa Island. I'm your host, Lee Bundrick, Land Preservation Coordinator for the Kiowa Conservancy.
Today we're going to visit a preserved property on Kiowa Island, Marsh Island Park. This place was preserved on January of 2015. Marsh Island Park is 8 acres of preserved area found between Persimmon Court and Wax Myrtle Court out on Kiowa Island. It is accessible through a pathway that goes from Governor's Drive all the way out to a boardwalk that provides access to the island. Marsh Island Park is a type of preserved property called a conservation easement. These are typically voluntary agreements between a landowner and a land trust, such as the Kiowa Conservancy, to preserve specific elements on a property for conservation purposes. Marsh Island Park is an example of a hummock island, often called Hammock Islands. These are areas of high ground within the marsh that form an island that support a variety of wildlife and a variety of plant communities. Plants commonly found on Hummock Islands include loblolly pine, live oak, eastern red cedar, saw palmetto, wax myrtle, yaupon holly, and sparkleberry. As you get in lower elevations on Hummock Islands, you'll start to see plants that are typically found in the high marsh. This includes sea oxeye daisy, black needle rush, and Spartina grass. Saw palmettos are found throughout the South Atlantic states. That includes areas within the Gulf of Mexico as well. They are also the larval host for the palmetto skipper, a type of butterfly found in the southern reaches of South Carolina all the way through the coast of Florida and into Alabama. Hammock Islands support a variety of wildlife by providing food as well as areas for nesting, resting, and denning. Some examples of mammals that you would see on these areas are things like deer and bobcats. Birds you would find in these areas include the migratory and residential songbirds, as well as some of the wading birds you would see in the marsh, such as egrets and the ibis. You would also see some types of reptiles in here, such as the six-lined skink and the eastern diamondback terrapin. Thank you for joining us today on our visit to the Marsh Island Park Conservation Easement. Join us again next time for another episode of Learning with Lee.